talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me. Like, come on, man. Y'all go do something else with y'all life.
So the Jacksonville Jaguars go bold, sort of like the color of the jacket. Travis Hunter is dancing his way out of the green room in.
Okay.
Never post when y'all have problems.
Okay.
And be honest, always be honest.
I feel it. You got the ring on right now?
No, I don't.
Could Travis Hunter really be gearing up to announce a transfer? If the whispers flying around are even halfway true, this move might have nothing to do with football at all. Word on the street says it's got zero to do with plays, contracts, or scoreboard stats, and everything to do with his wife, Leanna. Fans are buzzing that one of his very own Jaguars teammates may have gotten way too close to her. And when I say too close, you already know the vibe. But here's where it gets crazy, the timing. We're not talking about an off-season trade or some end-of-year shuffle. This is mid-season, out of nowhere. And online, people are convinced the reason is messy, personal, and downright humiliating. If the rumors check out, there are already old videos floating around, whispers from inside the locker room, and a marriage that's been showing cracks for a while. If even half of this turns out to be true, Travis walking away might be the calmest part of the whole scandal. Now look, NFL transfers happen all the time. Players jump ship, chase bigger contracts, and go where the money's right. But the way this whole Travis Hunter situation is unfolding, yeah, this feels different. This is a guy hyped as one of the Jags' future stars, suddenly packing up his gear mid-season, not when the year wraps, not during a normal trade window, just boom, gone.
Incredible last memory of taking the field with his sons, Shador and Shiloh, here at Folsom Field at home.
With everyone left wondering what really went down. When a shocker like this hits, the first question everybody's asking is, what really went down? If it was just football, you'd expect the usual safe PR lines. It's business. I'm ready for a new opportunity, just focusing on my career. But here's the thing, Travis has gone silent. And for a guy who was all over the place talking when the Jags first drafted him, that sudden hush is raising eyebrows big time. That's exactly why the internet's in detective mode, Reddit threads blowing up, Twitter pages dissecting every post, TikTok creators breaking it all down frame by frame. Everyone's trying to connect the dots, and no matter where you scroll, the same theory keeps jumping out. This ain't about stats, it's about his personal life.
I did do some Zillow researching for a house last night, so I had a feeling.
I'm sure you have talked to everybody about playing both ways, offense and defense. What are we thinking? Is there, you're leaning towards one more than the other, or do you really want to go 100% both ways?
Nah, I'm not leaning to one or the other. You know, I'm going 100%. As much as they put on my plate, I'm going to do the best that I can to, you know, take it all in and, you know, do my job.
Awesome. Congratulations,
Love it.
Travis. Enjoy the ride, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
More specifically, a rumor that one of his very own teammates might have crossed the line with Leanna. If that's true, it's not just messy, it's career-changing. At first, the talk was vague. Comments like, check the roster, or look at who she's been spotted with were floating around. But it didn't stay vague for long. Fans on Reddit and TikTok started naming names. The story making the round says a Jaguars teammate got a little too friendly with Leanna, and the way people are telling it, this is one of those situations where you don't even need the rest of the sentence. You already get it. One look at the situation and you can tell something's definitely up.
What's accident? Do you remember when
I love you. Oh, I ain't mean to say that.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's literally what happened. We would like, he would drive, wait, no, I would drive. He doesn't have a car. I would drive and I would like drop him off somewhere and I'd be like, all right, I love you, bye. And remember? And I used to be like, oh, I didn't mean.
No one's confirmed a thing. The team's keeping quiet. Travis hasn't said a word. And Leanna, she's gone totally silent online. No posts, no updates, nothing. The only thing she said in an old interview was that she keeps her relationship solid by not letting social media dictate it. But we all know how the internet moves. Silence only makes the rumors sound more real.
Okay.
Never post when y'all have problems.
Okay.
And be honest, always be honest.
I feel it. You got the ring on right now?
No, I don't.
What really sent this whole thing spiraling was how perfectly it lines up with old footage people had already seen. That clip from months back of Leanna allegedly chatting and leaning in way too close with a Jaguars player? Oh yeah, it's making the rounds again, and now fans are replaying it with a whole different perspective. Here's the part that really stings. If the player in that old clip is the same one being whispered about now, that means this drama's been bubbling in the locker room for months. That could explain why things suddenly started feeling off behind the scenes. People were already picking up on little clues, reports about weird vibes at practice, fans noticing certain teammates who used to laugh and hang with Travis suddenly keeping their distance. It's like the whole energy shifted.
Got to get a shot. Now you're so good. Shoot him through the glass. Lean over the ledge. The other side of this fan. Other side of this fan.
And now it's all starting to make sense. Even in press conferences, the vibe felt off, like everyone was choosing their words very carefully. Nobody's flat out saying, yeah, there's drama, and the team's still putting on that everything's fine face. But if you're really watching, you can see it. Travis just feels distant. He's not cracking jokes with the guys like he used to, and on the sidelines, he's often standing alone, almost like he's in his own bubble. If that rumor about one of his teammates and Leanna is even halfway true, it suddenly explains a lot. Imagine having to practice, travel, and share a locker room with someone you can't even look in the eye. Once fans started picturing it like that, the story stopped feeling like just football and started sounding more like one of those messy behind-the-scenes soap operas playing out in real time. And if the locker room was tense, home definitely wasn't a calm escape either. Stuff like that never stays on the field. It follows you into the car rides, the kitchen, the stands, everywhere. Fans even caught little moments that told their own story, like that wedding clip where Travis leans in, and she turns her head away so fast it's impossible not to notice. Yeah, people saw it, and now they can't unsee it. Then came that game day moment, cameras panning past the stands, catching Travis and Leanna locked in what looked like a tense, low-toned conversation. No yelling, no wild gestures. Just that tight-faced, sharp kind of talk couples have when something's clearly off. You could almost feel the chill through the screen. Now line that up with the teammate whispers and those eerily silent Instagram feeds, and it starts to look less like random moments and more like a pattern. Not hard proof, but enough pressure to weigh heavy. For him, every snap at practice comes with the thought, what are people saying now? For her, every public appearance turns into a body language dissection. And before anyone says this is reaching, these are just the moments people have spotted and quietly filed away in their heads. None of it screams, it's over, but every piece hints that something's definitely off. That kind of slow burn doesn't blow up overnight, it builds. And just when it seemed like they might be trying to ride it out, Travis suddenly started switching up his routine in ways you couldn't miss. After all those little signs in the marriage, people began noticing. The changes weren't just at home, they were spilling into every corner of his lifestyle. Travis used to be everywhere, always sharing his world with fans. One week he'd be at a charity event shaking hands and taking selfies. The next, he'd be spotted grabbing dinner with friends. And every so often, he'd pull off those surprise appearances that made people's day. He was visible, active, and plugged in, but now, crickets. No public outings, no casual hangouts, no lighthearted off-season clips to scroll through. It's like he went from being front and center to almost invisible, and on those rare occasions when he did show up somewhere, it felt off. No Leanna walking beside him, no relaxed smiles. Just that same stone-faced, distant look, like whatever was running through his mind had nothing to do with where he physically was. That's when fans started piecing it together. Maybe he wasn't just avoiding a certain teammate, maybe he was avoiding being seen at all. And the timing couldn't have been messier. The exact weeks he went low profile were the same weeks the gossip about him and Leanna exploded online. Instead of dropping one post to kill the talk, he let the silence do the talking, and that silence was loud. Some fans swear that's when you could tell the decision had already been made, not just about the marriage, but about his entire place with the Jaguars. And then came the rumor that set the internet on fire. Sources close to the situation claim Travis and the teammate at the heart of all this weren't just avoiding each other anymore. They had a run-in. And from the way it's being described, it wasn't pretty. They finally had it out, and word is it went down right after practice, away from the cameras, but not far enough to hide it from everyone. A few people close enough caught enough of the vibe to know something serious was happening. No one's putting their name to exactly what was said, but let's be honest, with the kind of rumors swirling, you don't need a transcript to figure out the topic. For a lot of fans, that was the, yep, it's over moment. You can't share a field or a locker room when the tension is thick enough to cut. By the time this made its way into fan forums and group chats, it stopped reading like wild gossip and started feeling like a quiet, unspoken confirmation. And while Travis kept his side locked down tight, Leanna's silence was getting louder by the day. No posts, no game day appearances, no cameos in those fun little behind-the-scenes clips she used to pop up in. For someone who had always kept at least a small public presence, the sudden total disappearance was impossible to ignore, and fans noticed immediately. A quick social media break is one thing, but this felt way bigger, way more deliberate. Leanna wasn't just taking a breather from Instagram, she was completely ducking the spotlight, like she didn't want any new photos, posts, or sightings that people could pick apart. Officially, both she and Travis stayed locked in silence, but the whispers only grew, circling through fan spaces, group chats, and sports blogs until it felt like everyone was in on the speculation. And the timing? Impossible to ignore. Every little change lined up just too perfectly. For fans, the conversation shifted almost overnight, from will Travis leave to how's he gonna do it? The idea of him finishing the season without some kind of major shakeup started feeling unrealistic. Right now, Travis isn't giving interviews, Leanna's staying out of sight, and the Jaguars are playing the business as usual card, which means the only way we'll get the truth is if anybody finally cracks and spills. And if that day ever comes, trust me, the transfer won't be the biggest headline, the reason behind it will, and that's the part the NFL might not be ready for. If you've been following every twist in this saga, smash that like button, drop a comment with your take, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next, and I'll see you in the next one.